My name is Anthony Mwangi, and I'm a professional with over 20 years of experience in diverse sectors. I've been in aviation, I've been in ICT, I've been in oil and gas, and recently manufacturing, as I was, a former CEO at Kenya Association of Manufacturers. And the reason I'm in this, sector, and especially in the commodities, is because I've seen the gaps that are there in the market. In my previous role, we had a program that we call Agriculture for Industry, and it gave me really a front row experience on the gaps that are there in the commodity, trading and commodity processing in the country. As you're aware, Kenya imports a lot of commodities, food commodities, in excess of 500 billion a year, especially in 2020, 2023. And if you look at it, that there is a farmer problem and there is an agro-processor problem. If you look at the farmers are like now in the season of harvesting of maize, farmers are complaining they don't have the market for maize because they're selling their maize way below the production prices, that is less than 2,500. But at the same time, the agro processors, the millers, if you like, they're also complaining that they're not getting the quality and the consistency in terms of the supplies that are getting from farmers. So what is the problem? So we have a lot of challenges in Kenya in terms of this space, and our market is disaggregated. Our value chains are disjointed, and the reason we are at CMX, which is the first, private licensed by CMA commodity exchange in Kenya, is to make sure that we create a systemized, organized, commodity exchange and commodity trading that brings everybody into the ecosystem. One of the things that to bring on the table is the transparency in pricing, the integrity of trade, the risk management, and we bring them, as security as well. So CMX, I think, will be the future of commodity trading. And you can imagine the farmers today don't even know how much is the offtake price for their product like maize. And the off-takers as well, they don't know the offtake price. What it does is that the exchange will operate between the growers or the farmers and the off-takers. And one of the unique properties about this commodity exchange, unlike many other, like, COMEX and others, this is mostly going to focus on the futures trading or derivatives. As you may know, that the same challenges that we have today in Kenya, where farmers, go to the farm with their eyes closed, they don't know who will buy their products. And agro processors also start their factories without knowing how many or how much the price of maize or other products will be across the year. These are the same products that we had in the US, but the US were able to fix those problems way back in 1848 when they came up with the Chicago Board of Trade, that is Chicago Today Market Trade, and other global commodity exchanges. Kenya, we've had that dream, an elusive dream of having that systemized, organized commodity trading. And I think CMX is coming to plug this gap. So what are these challenges that we experience in the commodity space in Kenya? As I mentioned before, in 2023, Kenya imported food products, both for industrial processing and for direct consumption, worth 500 billion. Now, if you look at that in hard currencies, that's way too much, especially when we consider ourselves as an agricultural country. So what is the issue? If you look at the farmers, you look at the post-harvest losses, like in some of the products like maize and wheat and others, they range up to 40%. Why is it that farmers perennially complain about lack of market for their products? And on the other hand, the agro-processors or the millers and other agro-processors, they complain that they are unable to get consistent supply of products at the price they desire and the quality that they desire. There is a big problem, and we call that problem producer problem, that's a farmer problem, and agro-processor problem or off-taker problem. The reason we think that CMX is going to create a solution is because today that trade lacks transparency. If you take an example, maize, and take an next, how do we trade with maize? A farmer in Kitale, with 1 acre or 2 acres, producing about 8 bags or 10 bags per acre, the only source of information that they have is a trader who appears on their farm gate and say, Mama, today the price of maize is 2,500. That lady down there in Kitale may not know the price, the real price in the market value of our product. At the same time, the trader will take that, aggregate with others, and take to a agro processor. But even if you look at also the factories themselves, they wake up in the morning and they find 100 trucks lined up. Now, this is a challenge. They have to sample each and every truck for moisture content, for aflatoxin infestation, for quality. Is it grade 1, grade 2, grade 3? And sometimes, because we mix, and this is a country, we mix these products grade 1 and 2 and 3, they in some cases have to do quality control, quality assurance, each and every truck, each and every bag. Is a full-time job. So it takes a lot of time for factories actually to untake that commodity, in this case, talking about maize. But when we come up with the commodity exchange, we create that transparency and we make sure the farmer, that mama in Kitale, knows the price of maize in Nairobi. If it is 3,500, they know. So that as they negotiate with the trader at the farm gate, they can actually get fair value of the product. At the same time, take an example of a processor, an SME miller who is consuming 1,000 bags, every day. They require tons of money to ensure that they have commodity for processing. But when you come to CMX and we get into futures contract, they only take what they're consuming and they pay for what they need. They don't need massive storage. They don't need quality assurance other than just verifying what is coming from the exchange. So the exchange takes on board and de-risks that trade in terms of assuring the farmer the price that they have, so that the farmer is trading directly with the exchange, and also assuring the agro processor or the miller that they'll get the quality and the quantity at the price they agreed upon today, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. This is what America was able to do in 1848, and they were able to solve their problems. Our neighboring countries, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and South Africa, they have also done the same. And that is why we keep on importing. Today, if you want to buy beans, for instance, you just need to call, Ethiopian Commodity Exchange, and they have those in millions of tons or in hundreds of thousands of metric tons. If you want commodities in South Africa, you go to warehouses, they're full of maize, but they cannot sell to you because that commodity is already sold in the futures market. It is time for us as a country to organize this market in terms of futures contract, in terms of derivatives, in terms of having a working private sector-led commodity exchange. And that is why we are here. Four things that we're going to put on the table: transparency in terms of pricing, transparency in terms of quality, transparency in terms of quantity, integrity of that trade, protecting and making sure the farmer gets what is theirs, and the agro processor gets the quality and the price that they desire. Security of the trade, efficiency, risk mitigation. All those is what we're going to do when we bring the entire ecosystem into place. And this ecosystem has the farmers, has the traders, has the millers or agro processors, has the banks, have the insurance companies, have transport, logistics, warehousing, everybody in board, but everything done in a transparent manner. And I think this is the future of commodity trading in Kenya. Thank you.